Cristiano Ronaldo was born into poverty on the small island of Madeira, Portugal, a place of beauty but limited opportunity. His early life was shaped by financial hardship, modest living conditions, and daily struggles that many children around the world know too well. His family lived in a small home where money was always tight. His father worked as a kit man at a local football club, earning very little, and his mother took on multiple jobs to help support the household. There were days when food was limited and luxuries were non-existent. Cristiano often shared stories of growing up hungry, of wearing simple clothes, and of understanding from a very young age that life would not be easy. Poverty was not just a condition of his surroundings, it was a constant presence that influenced every aspect of his childhood. Despite these challenges, football became Cristiano's escape. On the narrow streets of Madeira, with worn-out shoes and makeshift balls, he played for hours. Those streets became his first training ground, teaching him resilience, creativity, and toughness. While other children played for fun, Cristiano played with purpose. Even at a young age, he carried a deep hunger not just for food, but for a better future. Poverty taught him discipline before any coach ever did. It taught him that nothing would be handed to him, and that if he wanted to change his life, he would have to fight for it. His family situation was emotionally difficult as well. His father struggled with alcoholism, which added tension and instability at home. Watching his parents struggle left a deep mark on Cristiano. Instead of breaking him, it strengthened his resolve. He understood that football was more than a game, it was a possible way out. While many people see success as luck, Cristiano learned early that survival requires effort. This mindset became the foundation of his personality and later, his career. Leaving Madeira at a young age to join Sporting Lisbon was one of the hardest decisions of his life. He was just a boy, separated from his family, living in a dormitory with strangers, often feeling lonely and homesick. Many nights he cried himself to sleep, missing his mother and siblings. Poverty had already forced him to grow up faster than most children, and now ambition demanded even more sacrifice. Yet he never returned home. He knew that going back meant returning to the same struggles, the same limitations, and the same cycle of hardship. At the academy, his background became both a burden and a source of strength. Some teammates mocked his accent, his clothes, and his emotional nature. Others had more comfort, better support systems, and fewer worries outside football. Cristiano had none of that. What he had was hunger, real hunger to succeed. Every insult reminded him of where he came from. Every challenge reminded him why he could not afford to fail. Poverty had already taught him endurance, and now football gave him direction. He trained obsessively, often staying behind after sessions to practice shooting, dribbling, and fitness. While others saw training as a requirement, Cristiano saw it as an opportunity to escape poverty forever. His body, once thin and fragile, began to change through relentless work. His mind became sharper, tougher, and more focused. Poverty had planted in him the belief that comfort is temporary but effort creates permanence. Even after achieving success, Cristiano never forgot his roots. His generosity toward his family and charitable causes reflects a man who remembers what it feels like to have nothing. Poverty shaped his values, his discipline, and his respect for hard work. It gave him perspective, humility, and an unbreakable mindset. The boy who once played barefoot on the streets of Madeira carried those lessons onto the world's biggest stages. Cristiano Ronaldo's poverty was not a weakness. It was the fire that forged his character. It taught him sacrifice before fame, discipline before trophies, and hunger before success. Every goal he scored later in life carried the echo of those early struggles, those narrow streets, and those difficult days when dreams were the only thing he owned. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey was defined not only by poverty, but by deep hardship, sacrifice, and constant family struggles that tested his emotional strength long before fame ever arrived. From a very young age, he learned that dreams demand painful choices. His family life was far from stable. His father's battle with alcoholism created emotional distance and uncertainty in the household, while his mother carried the heavy burden of responsibility, often working tirelessly to keep the family afloat. Cristiano grew up witnessing exhaustion, worry, and silent sacrifice every single day. These experiences shaped his understanding of responsibility early in life, forcing him to mature faster than most children his age. Sacrifice became a normal part of his existence. While other children enjoyed carefree childhoods, Cristiano understood that his path would be different. His mother has often spoken about how difficult it was to let him leave home at such a young age, knowing the risks and loneliness he would face. Yet the family made that painful decision together, believing that his talent could offer him a future beyond struggle. Letting a child leave home was not easy, especially for a family already emotionally strained, but it was a sacrifice they were willing to make for hope. Living away from his family in Lisbon was one of the most challenging periods of his life. He was surrounded by unfamiliar faces, strict routines, and intense competition. Nights were long and quiet, filled with homesickness and self-doubt. There were moments when he questioned whether the pain was worth it. Many young players quit during this stage, unable to handle the pressure and isolation. But Cristiano carried his family's sacrifices in his heart. He knew that giving up would mean wasting not only his dream, but the sacrifices his mother and siblings had made for him. Financial struggles followed him even after he joined the academy. Unlike others, he did not have expensive equipment or family members visiting frequently. He learned to survive with less, to stay focused while carrying emotional weight. Each phone call home reminded him of why he had to succeed. His family believed in him, but belief alone did not erase hardship. It simply gave him strength to endure it. One of the most painful moments in his life came later, when his father passed away without fully witnessing the heights of Cristiano's success. That loss left a deep emotional scar. Despite achieving global recognition, Ronaldo has often spoken about how much he wished his father could have seen him lift trophies and become a legend. This loss reinforced the cost of his journey, that success sometimes comes with irreversible sacrifices. It taught him that time, once lost, cannot be reclaimed, no matter how famous or wealthy one becomes. Criticism and pressure added another layer of hardship. Being emotional was often seen as weakness, especially when he cried after losses or criticism. But those emotions came from years of carrying responsibility and expectation. He was not just playing for himself. He was playing for his family, their struggles, and their sacrifices. Every match represented more than a game. It was a step away from the life they once lived. Sacrifice also meant discipline. Cristiano gave up normal pleasures, social life, and comfort. While others relaxed, he trained. While others celebrated, he focused. His family struggles had taught him that comfort could disappear at any moment, so he never allowed himself to become careless. This mindset separated him from others and pushed him toward greatness. Even after achieving success, Ronaldo continued to support his family, ensuring they would never face the hardships of his childhood again. His loyalty and generosity reflect a man who never forgot the sacrifices that built him. He became a provider, a protector, and a symbol of hope for those who struggle silently. Cristiano Ronaldo's life is proof that hardship and sacrifice do not destroy dreams, they refine them. Family struggles did not break him, they gave him purpose. Every tear, every lonely night, and every difficult choice became part of the foundation that supported his rise. His story shows that behind every legend lies unseen sacrifice, and behind every success lies a family that endured the struggle together. Cristiano Ronaldo's life is a powerful example of how relentless work ethic and discipline, developed from childhood, can shape an ordinary boy into an extraordinary legend. From a very young age, Ronaldo understood that talent alone would never be enough. While many children played football casually, he approached the game with seriousness and intensity far beyond his years. He did not see football as just a sport or entertainment. He saw it as a responsibility and a mission. Every kick of the ball, every sprint, and every practice session carried purpose. Discipline became part of his identity long before fame ever entered his life. As a child in Madeira, Ronaldo trained wherever and whenever he could. He played in the streets, on uneven ground, and in small spaces that forced him to improve his control and speed. He repeated movements again and again until they became natural. Losing a match made him angry, not because of ego, but because he hated failure. That hatred of losing pushed him to work harder than others. While other children rested after playing, Cristiano continued practicing alone, chasing perfection even when no one was watching. This early habit of self-discipline separated him from his peers. When he joined Sporting Lisbon's academy, his work ethic became even more visible. Training sessions were intense, but Ronaldo treated them as opportunities rather than obligations. He arrived early and stayed late, often practicing shooting, dribbling, and fitness drills long after official training had ended. Coaches noticed that he was never satisfied. Scoring goals was not enough. He wanted to score better goals. Winning was not enough. He wanted to dominate. Discipline controlled his daily routine, from sleep to diet to physical conditioning, even at a young age when most players ignored such details. Ronaldo's discipline was not limited to physical effort. It extended to his mental strength. He learned to control his emotions, to channel anger, frustration, and criticism into motivation. When people criticized his style of play or called him selfish, he responded not with words but with work. Every negative comment became fuel. Instead of feeling discouraged, he used criticism to sharpen his focus. This mental discipline allowed him to grow stronger under pressure rather than collapse beneath it. As his career progressed, his work ethic only intensified. Even after achieving success, Ronaldo never allowed comfort to weaken his discipline. While others relied on natural talent, he relied on preparation. His training routines became legendary: hours in the gym, extra sprint sessions, and constant focus on improving speed, strength, and technique. He treated his body like a machine that required constant maintenance and improvement. Discipline meant saying no to distractions, parties, and laziness. He chose routine over relaxation and consistency over comfort. Ronaldo's childhood discipline also shaped his professionalism. He respected time, effort, and commitment. He demanded the same level of seriousness from teammates because he believed excellence required collective discipline. His leadership was built not on words but on example. Younger players watched how hard he trained, how carefully he prepared, and how seriously he approached every match. His habits spoke louder than any speech. Even injuries did not break his discipline. Instead of resting mentally, he focused on recovery with the same intensity he brought to training. Rehabilitation became another challenge to conquer. He followed routines strictly, trusting the process and refusing shortcuts. Discipline taught him patience, the understanding that long-term success requires short-term sacrifice. From childhood to global stardom, Cristiano Ronaldo's relentless work ethic remained unchanged. Fame, money, and trophies did not soften him. If anything, they raised his standards even higher. He understood that maintaining greatness requires more discipline than achieving it. Every season became a new test, every match a new opportunity to prove himself again. His story shows that discipline is not a momentary decision but a lifelong habit. Ronaldo did not wake up one day as the hardest working footballer in the world. He built that identity through years of consistent effort, painful repetition, and unwavering focus. From the streets of Madeira to the biggest stadiums on earth, his discipline carried him forward, step by step, proving that relentless work ethic is not just a skill, it is a mindset that turns dreams into reality. Cristiano Ronaldo's rise through talent, focus, and self-belief is a story of unwavering confidence built step by step through action, not words. From the beginning, he believed in himself at a level that many found excessive or even arrogant, but that belief became one of his greatest strengths. While others questioned whether a skinny boy from Madeira could survive at the highest level, Ronaldo never questioned it himself. His confidence was not blind pride, it was rooted in hours of preparation, repetition, and self-awareness. He knew what he could do, and more importantly, he knew what he was willing to do to improve. His natural talent was visible early, but talent alone does not explain his rise. Many players are gifted, yet few reach legendary status. What separated Ronaldo was his focus. When he stepped onto the pitch, distractions disappeared. Noise, pressure, criticism, and expectation faded into the background. His attention narrowed to the ball, the movement, and the moment. This intense focus allowed him to perform consistently under pressure, whether he was playing in youth matches or in front of millions of fans worldwide. Self-belief played a crucial role during moments of transition. When he moved from Sporting Lisbon to Manchester United as a teenager, he entered a league known for physicality, speed, and toughness. Critics doubted whether his flair and style would survive such an environment. Ronaldo, however, trusted his abilities. He accepted guidance from experienced players and coaches, but never abandoned his belief in his own potential. Every challenge became an opportunity to prove himself right rather than others wrong. At Manchester United, his belief evolved into dominance. Early mistakes, missed chances, and moments of inconsistency did not shake his confidence. Instead, they strengthened his resolve. He believed that improvement was inevitable if he stayed focused. With each season, he refined his skills, increased his efficiency, and sharpened his decision-making. His focus transformed raw talent into controlled excellence, allowing him to impact games regularly and decisively. Moving to Real Madrid required an even greater level of self-belief. He entered a club defined by legends, expectations, and relentless scrutiny. Many players struggle under such pressure, but Ronaldo embraced it. He believed that he belonged at the very top and acted accordingly. His focus became even more intense, his standards even higher. He measured himself not against teammates or opponents, but against history. This mindset allowed him to perform season after season, breaking records that once seemed untouchable. Belief also helped him adapt. As his career progressed, he adjusted his playing style, transitioning from a fast winger to a more central and clinical goal scorer. This change required self-awareness and confidence. He trusted his understanding of the game and his ability to evolve. Focus guided his transformation, ensuring that his talent remained effective despite changes in age, tactics, and competition. Criticism never disappeared, but his belief acted as armor. When people questioned his decisions, his personality, or his emotions, he responded through performance. Goals became statements, consistency became his argument, and longevity became his proof. His focus allowed him to block negativity while absorbing lessons that made him better. This balance between confidence and learning is what sustained his rise. Self-belief also influenced how he handled pressure moments. Penalties, finals, decisive matches. These situations demand mental strength more than physical ability. Ronaldo's belief in himself gave him calmness in chaos. He trusted his preparation and embraced responsibility rather than avoiding it. Focus kept his mind clear while belief gave him courage. Throughout his career, talent opened doors, but focus and self-belief kept them open. He did not wait for validation, he created it. Each achievement reinforced his confidence, and each challenge refined his focus. His rise was not sudden or accidental. It was the result of a mindset that refused doubt, embraced responsibility, and trusted effort. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey shows that believing in yourself is not about words or attitude alone. It is about committing fully to your path, staying focused when distractions surround you, and trusting your ability to rise again and again. Talent gave him a starting point, but focus and self-belief carried him to the highest level where legends are made. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey is deeply marked by his ability to overcome criticism, pressure, and setbacks, forces that have broken many talented players but instead strengthened his character. From the earliest stages of his career, criticism followed him closely. As a young player, he was often labeled as too flashy, too emotional, and too focused on individual skill rather than teamwork. These comments came from fans, opponents, and even experts who doubted whether his style would ever translate into true greatness. Rather than allowing these voices to discourage him, Ronaldo learned to absorb criticism and transform it into motivation. Pressure became a constant companion as his fame grew. Playing for top clubs meant performing under the eyes of millions every single week. One poor performance could lead to headlines, debates, and harsh judgment. Ronaldo understood that at the highest level, there is no hiding place. Expectations were relentless, and the margin for error was small. Instead of fearing this pressure, he embraced it. He believed that pressure was a privilege, a sign that people expected greatness from him. This mindset allowed him to remain focused even when the weight of expectation felt overwhelming. Setbacks tested him repeatedly. Injuries interrupted his rhythm, losses challenged his confidence, and missed chances became public moments of failure. There were games where nothing seemed to go right, where goals refused to come and critics grew louder. Each setback carried emotional weight, especially for a player who demanded perfection from himself. Ronaldo never pretended these moments did not hurt. His visible frustration, tears, and anger showed how deeply he cared. But what made him different was what he did after those moments. He returned stronger, more determined, and more disciplined. Criticism often targeted his personality as much as his performance. His confidence was sometimes mistaken for arrogance, his ambition seen as selfishness. Ronaldo faced accusations of caring more about records than results, more about himself than the team. These narratives followed him throughout his career. Instead of trying to please everyone, he stayed true to his mindset. He believed that results would eventually silence doubt. His response to criticism was consistency, scoring goals, winning matches, and delivering when it mattered most. Pressure intensified during major tournaments and decisive matches. Penalty shootouts, finals, and crucial league games placed enormous responsibility on his shoulders. Many players shy away from such moments, fearing failure. Ronaldo did the opposite. He stepped forward, willing to take the decisive penalty, willing to be judged. Even when he missed, he did not hide. He accepted responsibility and prepared for the next opportunity. This courage under pressure defined his mentality and earned respect even from critics. Setbacks also came in the form of transitions, moving between leagues, adapting to new teams, and adjusting to different playing styles challenged him physically and mentally. Each move brought new doubts about whether he could succeed again. Ronaldo answered these doubts with performance, proving his ability to adapt and excel in different environments. Every challenge became another test of his resilience. As he aged, criticism shifted toward his longevity. People questioned whether he could maintain his level, whether his time at the top was over. Younger players emerged, and comparisons intensified. Ronaldo refused to accept decline as destiny. He adjusted his training, his role on the pitch, and his approach to the game. Setbacks related to age became motivation to evolve rather than reasons to step back. Public scrutiny extended beyond football. Personal life issues, media pressure, and constant attention created mental strain. Living under such exposure requires extraordinary mental strength. Ronaldo learned to separate noise from purpose. He focused on what he could control: his preparation, his attitude, and his performance. This mental discipline helped him survive storms that could easily have distracted or derailed him. Through every phase of criticism, pressure, and setback, Ronaldo's response remained consistent: work harder, focus deeper, and believe stronger. He did not allow failure to define him. Instead, he used it as feedback. Each criticism sharpened his edge. Each setback reinforced his resilience, and each moment of pressure strengthened his mentality. Cristiano Ronaldo's career proves that greatness is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to rise after it. Criticism did not weaken him, it refined him. Pressure did not crush him, it revealed him. Setbacks did not stop him, they prepared him for greater challenges ahead. Cristiano Ronaldo became more than a footballer. He became a global icon and an inspiration to millions of people around the world, not only because of his achievements, but because of the values his journey represents. His life story speaks to dreamers who come from humble beginnings, who face obstacles, doubt, and fear, yet refuse to surrender. People see in him the proof that greatness is possible when effort meets belief. His influence reaches far beyond stadiums, goals, and trophies, touching lives in different cultures, languages, and generations. For young people, especially those from poor or difficult backgrounds, Ronaldo represents hope. His story shows that circumstances do not determine destiny. Children who watch him see someone who started with nothing but desire and transformed his life through discipline and determination. This message resonates deeply in places where opportunities are limited. He has become a symbol of what is possible when one refuses to accept limitations. His success is not distant or abstract. It feels achievable because it was earned through visible struggle and effort. Ronaldo's global appeal lies in his consistency and longevity. Fans across continents admire how he continues to perform at the highest level year after year. His commitment to fitness, preparation, and self-improvement sends a powerful message about dedication. He shows that success is not a one-time achievement but a daily responsibility. This mindset inspires people not only in sports but in education, business, and personal growth. His influence encourages discipline, self-care, and persistence in all areas of life. Beyond football, Ronaldo's actions have reinforced his inspirational image. His generosity toward charities, hospitals, and disaster relief efforts has been widely recognized. He has donated money, time, and support to causes that help children, the sick, and the disadvantaged. These actions reflect a man who remembers his roots and understands struggle. Fans admire him not only for what he wins, but for how he gives back. This generosity strengthens his connection with people who see him as a role model rather than just a celebrity. Ronaldo's presence on social media has also amplified his influence. With millions of followers, his words, routines, and moments reach a global audience instantly. He uses this platform to share messages of motivation, hard work, and family values. For many, his posts are daily reminders to stay focused, stay strong, and keep pushing forward. His ability to connect with fans directly has turned him into a personal source of inspiration for people who may never meet him but feel encouraged by his journey. Cultural impact is another aspect of his global legacy. Ronaldo is recognized in every corner of the world, transcending borders, languages, and beliefs. He has become a unifying figure, bringing people together through shared admiration. His name represents excellence, confidence, and ambition. In many countries, young players copy his style, his celebrations, and even his training habits. He has influenced how football is played, marketed, and admired, shaping a generation's understanding of professionalism. Ronaldo's mindset has inspired resilience. People facing failure, rejection, or self-doubt often point to his story as motivation to keep going. He shows that success is not about avoiding hardship, but about responding to it with strength. His visible emotions, tears, frustration, joy make him relatable. They remind people that even legends feel pain, but what matters is the response. This human connection deepens his impact. As a global icon, Ronaldo carries responsibility, and he has embraced it. He understands that millions are watching, learning, and imitating. His discipline, confidence, and respect for effort send powerful signals about what it means to strive for excellence. He does not claim perfection, but he demonstrates commitment. This authenticity strengthens his influence and keeps his story relevant. Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy is not limited to football records or awards. It lives in the dreams he has inspired, the confidence he has given, and the belief he has planted in millions of hearts. He stands as a reminder that hard work can change lives, that discipline creates freedom, and that inspiration becomes most powerful when it is lived, not just spoken.